Hi friends, here is my recap of the Saturday afternoon Part 1 session of the Jehovah's Witness 2020 Always Rejoice Convention, which is online this year. The full session can be found on jw.org. What I have done in this recap is I've removed all of the fluff and I've pretty much whittled it down to the main points. So this session is all about learning from other witnesses from all around the world in exotic places and learning how they experience joy and happiness while preaching the good news all around the world. This session shows examples of brothers helping their new recruits or their Bible students who are studying with them find happiness in Jehovah. The power of persuasion is ever present, and the indoctrinated will be told that they're happy and that they're joyful and that they love the field service and that they can do more and more and more and more for Jehovah while working and tending to their homes and tending to their families. Another recurring theme that I found in this video is the opposition that their Bible students will face from friends, but mostly from family members. You'll see. So it basically begins with beautiful videos of Jehovah's Witnesses all around the world who are still able to pioneer and go to meetings amidst tremendous obstacles. Do you remember all the stories of the brothers in Africa who still made it to meetings and into their territories while crossing crocodile-infested rivers and waters? That's the gist of what you're going to see. So portions of the video resemble expertly crafted documentaries that you would see on television as they review the diversity, the animal life, the region's cultures, and of course the statistics of the Jehovah's Witnesses, the publishers, the number of Bible studies, congregations. You get the drift. So there's also an appearance by Tony Morris, who's going to give some counsel on helping brothers overcome unclean habits. So let's tune in.
Good day, brothers and sisters. Notice the joy that comes from a life spent in Jehovah's service.
Time they pre, no waste time, no they delay. We no get plenty time again. Go teach them.
Please stand and sing song number 76 entitled, How Does It Make You Feel?
And see what our spiritual family's united efforts have accomplished during the 2019 service year. The good news was preached in 240 lands. The average number of publishers each month reached over 8.4 million. More than 2 billion hours were spent in the field. 5,843 people symbolizing their dedication to Jehovah every weekend. And there's great potential for millions more to embrace the truth. On average, 9.6 million Bible studies were conducted each month, and almost 21 million attended the memorial. We praise Jehovah for this growth. We'll meet publishers from 6 regions of the earth and hear in their own words the effect that the disciple-making work has on them, Nigeria. More than 360,000 publishers are sharing the good news with Nigeria's over 200 million people. So encouraging to see the response to the good news. This is the Utankang congregation in Benue State. Here, 51 publishers and 4 regular pioneers are having good results despite a challenging territory.
Preaching in the Utonkon territory is enjoyable. It is just that it is accompanied by some problems. One is that the territories are very far apart. And 2, the roads are not good. It takes us 3 hours to get to some territories. When it rains, there is so much mud everywhere. We need to remove our shoes and hold them in our hands.
So it makes us very happy to see that in spite of far territories, bad roads, we see good results.
So I am very happy now. I am joyful. There's a brother named Joseph. This brother can see, but he cannot walk. And me, I can walk, but cannot see. I'll hold his wheelchair and push while he directs it. This has helped us to meet many of our Bible students. He would hold my hand and assist me to the meetings at the Kingdom Hall. When he got to the Kingdom Hall, he would leave for his church. But as he noticed how I preached and attended meetings, the joy I radiated, the way we treated other people, and our knowledge of the scriptures, he was impressed and began asking many questions. The answers he got were quite different from what he had learned, what they told him in church. They continued telling him, "Get out of there," and that he should not talk to me again. Now he serves as a ministerial servant. Since they know that the work we do is not by our power, but it is Jehovah who empowers us. It is true that I am blind, but I can see Jehovah. I am helping other people see Jehovah's hand in our lives. Even people who are disabled can bring praise to Jehovah. I have nothing to do other than to be joyful and praise Jehovah for my life.
Their example encourages others to ask, what prevents me from pioneering? What do we learn? That our Christian conduct often speaks louder than even the most eloquent words. Imagine the potential for growth in India. With 90% of the population having not yet received a witness, our 50,000 brothers and sisters have plenty of work to do. This is the Hyderabad RTC Crossroad congregation in the heart of the city. Here, 94 publishers, including 17 regular pioneers, are conducting 95 Bible studies. They were delighted to have 252 attend last year's memorial.
He was the leader of a deaf association, and he was short-tempered. He came regularly at 7 o'clock for daily text discussions, and even his personality changed. He stopped responding angrily to those who provoked him. We are so happy about the Bible discussions we had with him, because with this, his life changed completely. Now, since we loved him, we took him to a dentist and had his teeth cleaned. After that visit to the dentist, he completely stopped using tobacco. The very thought that Jehovah has extended us this privilege to serve him makes us overwhelmed with happiness.
When Sangram showed us his big smile, did a smile come to your face too? Here are the 112 publishers and 4 regular pioneers of the Jibo Chentro congregation.
One of the challenges we face in our town is that we have a small territory compared to the number of brothers, a ratio of 1 publisher to about 40 inhabitants.
Not surprisingly, difficulties arose on the way. Oana's mother was not happy at all that I was studying with her daughter. She forbade her to study, and one day she asked her to choose between family and Jehovah and put her out of the house. Jehovah always gave me the joy I needed. In fact, I can't find the words to describe the joy I experience now.
You notice where and when Beatrice started talking to Juana about Jehovah? In elementary school. What a wonderful reminder that you young ones can experience joy by making school your personal territory. If you haven't tried it already, look for someone with whom you can share the good news. North America is home to almost 2.6 million Jehovah's Witnesses. Meet the brothers and sisters of the Juniata River, Pennsylvania German congregation in Mifflintown, Pennsylvania.
The challenge is our territory being so vast. Sometimes you may drive an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get to the territory.
Honestly, I can say it's been the happiest time of my life since I started working in this field.
The earth, and I said, wow, yes, all the things I pictured myself doing in heaven is the things I enjoy on earth.
Although my dad meant it well, he tried to stop the study.
You could tell they were just distraught as a family with what was going on. They wanted to do the right thing, but they could feel all the pressure to stop.
We eventually had to cut ties in order to continue spiritual growth.
After that, Jerry and Jane just progressed very fast. They were making changes in their life, and they got to really see the freedom that serving Jehovah gives you. Seeing their joy grow was irreplaceable. It was fantastic.
We have gained 100-fold of what we could have ever lost.
They now joyfully serve Jehovah along with their children. Fantastic! That kind of joy is contagious. We feel it too just watching them. Sisters are in the South Suva English congregation. Let's see what unique challenges our brothers face there.
As they study and they progress, they face opposition from their family, and of course there's the social pressure that comes from their community.
To do that, she had to overcome these two biggest obstacles. One was this career that she had, and the other was the obstacle from her unbelieving family. Although she had a high-paying job, she wasn't happy. She was always stressed. Then she sees Jehovah's Witnesses, despite being out there in the ministry, hot sunny day, rainy day, they're happy. She knew and was convinced that she'll be really happy if she put Jehovah first in her life. So eventually she had to tell her mother-in-law that she had resigned from her employment. And then she says, the decision that I've made is going to make me happy. It's going to make Jehovah happy as well. In seeing the big picture, she was able to make a stand for true worship and be on Jehovah's side of universal sovereignty.
Putting Jehovah first is the only guarantee for true, lasting happiness. The publishers endure weather that ranges from burning heat and tropical humidity to freezing winds. To reach remote territories, they may have to cross rivers and drive for hours on poorly maintained mountain roads, sometimes just a few millimeters or inches from the precipice. But how Jehovah's blessing their courageous efforts. Here are the 35 publishers and 8 regular pioneers of the Norte Quechua congregation. Their response to the good news in Bolivia is very positive. Bible students frequently face opposition, often from those closest to them.
Those family members and friends may become their main source of opposition.
She had habits that were not pleasing to Jehovah. She liked to socialize with her workmates, and at times she went out drinking with her friends. She wore tight clothing and very short skirts. That women should dress with modesty and soundness of mind. After that, when she attended meetings, she looked like one of Jehovah's Witnesses because he sees their hearts. So we're not working for a man. We're working for the Most High God.
When you see and hear your brothers and sisters' heartfelt expressions, how does it make you feel? We too may have challenges along the way, even some setbacks. But nothing compares with the deep joy and happiness that results from helping others come to know and love Jehovah. There are still honest-hearted ones out there, and they desperately need the truth. It's experiences like the ones we've just listened to that help us to see that Jehovah is truly speeding up the work The next time you go out in service, picture yourself working side by side with your brothers and sisters around the world. We may feel we're not finding survivors in our area, but just one report of a rescue victim being pulled out alive spurs on all the volunteers to double their efforts. So keep calling out. Keep searching through the rubble of this dying system to find those crying out for help. And may your joy abound as you do so.
Go therefore and make disciples of people of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
It's more than just the answers.
I'm with it. I'm all about study.
Like when we talked about immorality, you knew the answer, but you didn't seem totally convinced in here.
But whoever practices sexual immorality, I began to realize how right Jehovah is.
Go through it step by step, showing them how to prepare. It might also involve having to help them see how they can buy out time from their schedule so that they can do what's necessary to prepare. We want to help our students to become familiar with the digital tools that we have at our disposal for study. That means helping them to install JW Library, showing them how to use Watchtower Online Library. All we have to do is basically hit that meeting tab, and when we do, well, all the information for our midweek meeting and our weekend meeting is all there for us. It will help our student to see that this program of spiritual feeding is something they can access and something they can benefit from. But what's the better course? Well, we want to be modest. And instead of answering all the questions for them, how much better it is to go back to those tools, go back to the JW Library, go back to Watchtower Online Library, and show the student how they can find the answers to their own Bible questions.
You're really pushing those meetings, aren't you?
Nita had said, at the hall, everyone loves one another.
How did Jade feel when she attended her first meeting? Well, she really enjoyed it. And she remembered what Nita told her, that everyone at the Kingdom Hall loves one another. And when they come to the meeting, they will see true Christian love, unfailing love, in action. And one of the best ways to do this is showing them a video entitled, What Happens at a Kingdom Hall.
We work hard to reach the hearts of responsive ones, don't we? When we do, with Jehovah's help, we continue assisting them to secure and protect their hearts. This includes protecting their growing faith in Jehovah. Otherwise, the devil will ruin what has been done and strip them of their faith. In order for your Bible students to gain Jehovah's friendship, they will likely need to make some changes in their choice of association. Why? Because your student's progress is greatly affected by his or her choice of friends. The one who is walking or has dealings with the stupid will fare badly. If a Bible student seeks company with senseless people, he or she will not progress spiritually. So help your Bible students to choose well. Wholesome associates in the truth will help your students to break free from worldly thinking and unclean practices.
I'm having some people over this weekend. Why don't you come?
It wasn't the club, but it was still fun.
As your students accept and apply Bible standards in their lives, some of their former friends will likely reject them. It also tells us that people might speak abusively of us and reject our changes. This could even include members of one's own family, and that fact might be difficult for your students to accept. Along with helping them to draw close to Jehovah, help your students to replace bad associations with good ones. Bad association is not limited to morally debased people, that we must also avoid association with those who may appear to be morally clean, but who lack faith in the true God, Jehovah. As your students do this by avoiding bad associations, they will no doubt gain many lifelong friends, including you.
Why and how to help our Bible students overcome unclean habits. The God we worship expects this to stop. There are things that our Bible studies practiced before, these unclean habits, in their ignorance, before they knew Jehovah.
Like, maybe, I don't know, a little weed? Being free of it to serve Jehovah felt amazing.
We need to display not a judgmental attitude, but patience and really just imitating Jehovah. The thinking has to change into this new personality, thinking that's guided and directed by Jehovah. Now, when I studied with him, he was 70, early 70s, and he had smoked cigarettes since he was 8 years old. So I'm working in a department there at the convention, and it's near the lobby area, and I noticed my Bible study, he heads out, and programs ongoing, heads out the door, and out of personal interest, not to police him, I want to go see, is he okay? So he's about a block down from the lobby of the convention center, and you know what? Smoking a cigarette. And he's contrite. The shame is all in his face, and he throws that cigarette down, stomps it with his shoe. Say, he did turn his back on that, supplicated Jehovah, and died a faithful servant of Jehovah God. And just love him. Don't be judgmental.
But, Mum, listen.
No, Jade. You listen. Isn't this just another of your phases? It's time to move on, love. The holidays are our time. It's all I get from you. Promise me you'll be here. Promise.
Well, that certainly was a difficult problem, wasn't it? Her mother wanting to force her to join her in a worldly holiday. But what helped Jade? As she said, it's true she loves her mother, but she didn't want to disappoint Jehovah. We can experience a wonderful joy. What is that joy? The joy of seeing a new disciple learn to love Jehovah.
Thank you, brothers, for helping us to become more effective Bible teachers.
Anyway, that's it for today's recap. The original session was 2 hours long. Friends, thank you so much for tuning into my videos, and I appreciate you liking and subscribing. There's links down in the description of this video to my Facebook page where I share much more information, and also if you would like to support me, if you enjoy what I do, there's a link down there as well. Thank you so much for tuning in today, friends, and I hope you have a great day.